Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We're here. The best way for me to keep in touch with you, if you want me to keep in touch with you, is to go to www.travis.live. And most everybody here has already done that. Hence, you got a text message. But if you're talking to folks who are missing the class, as Facebook continues to weed us out, I'm certain that's going to happen based on conversations we've had with them over the last few months. It's a matter of time before Facebook weeds us out entirely. And our last way to get in touch with our members is going to be text. We do email. We email constantly, but it goes into everybody's spam folder, and folks just miss us. We're out of sight, out of mind. So as we move forward, probably unless you put it on your calendar to stay in touch with Shibboleth. All right, I see some good questions coming in already. So quick introductions. My name is Travis Martin. I've lost over 100 pounds on the program, come off all prescription medications. The program's changed my life. It's changed tens of thousands of other lives. And for that, we just bow our unworthy head and give Jesus the praise for it all. Hey, God is good to us. Those of us that think we're doing this on our own, you've had great success. Well, you had to work at it, but it's your faith in yourself and your faith in Jesus that God is blessing, and he's rewiring your mind. Solomon asked for one thing. He asked for wisdom. And God said, because you haven't asked for wealth or long days, I'm going to give you wisdom and I'm going to give you all that other stuff too. So when we start asking the Lord for discipline and for God to give us more love, more discipline, and help us be more what he wants us to be, he gives it all to us. So just keep letting God bless you. Hey, Patty. Hey, everybody on Facebook. We're back on Facebook temporarily anyway, and we're in the Zoom room. We've got three types of members here. We've got our free community members. We've got our lifetime members, and we've got our partners. We need you. We need you. It has been some of the best times of mine and Sasha's life, but the most challenging as it relates to Shibboleth ever since COVID. We thought that when we initiated this great mission, that those few years was tough, and then we had a good year, and then it's COVID hit. So we need you. We need our lifetime members and partners. Without you, we will not be around, not in the form that we're in. So we want you to know how much we appreciate our lifetime members and partners. We'll get started. I see questions and comments coming in. I don't have any recognition report for you today. I'll try to make that up later this week. Sasha's been working double time on some stuff behind the scenes. It's pretty stressful. So I don't have my recognition report today, but we'll double up on that later in the week. Recognition is really important. We want y'all to know that you're doing a good job. And I love seeing who's earning those badges. Lisa, good morning. If you have time today, could you talk a little about the best way to get back into efficient fat burning after a holiday, foods to eat? Yes, I went over this last week, and it's going to be the same information today. I go over this quite a bit, and it's really simple. When you're coming off a holiday and you want to get back in efficient fat burning, you just get back to the plan. But you want to do because mentally those scales get you down. I know. So mentally, if you really want to get back in efficient fat burning faster, we're still going to count it like it's 2 days because we don't know, so we look at worst case scenarios, 2 days. But there's things you can do to get that down to a day and even get rid of that excess water and glucose that you're storing because of that holiday. So number one thing we want to do, we want to drink our water, okay? We want to drink our water. Probably need to start the day off with your why. Get back reattached to your why. If you're not spending a lot of time defining your why, you're going to lack success. This world is a rat race that we're living in. We've all got more at us coming at us than we can potentially digest, and we get our mind and our heart off of our goals. And eating is one of those things that we do without awareness. It's hand-mouth disease. It's a compulsion. It's not that we're hungry. It's just, for many of us, it's like one of the only ways, if we're being honest. There's a lot of people who won't be honest. They just won't be honest. Overweight, tired, broke, but then they'll say the right things. We're conditioned, especially here in the Bible Belt, to say the right things. Oh, I'm blessed and highly favored. Yeah, I get that. I do. But if we're honest, many of us, the only pleasure in our day, the only pleasure we have is food. And then it becomes a compulsive behavior. You're working hard, you're taking care of the spouse, you're taking care of your family, the grandkids, the co-workers, you're working hard. You're doing so many things. And you and your spouse have been together 20, 30 years, and you not put forth the effort to go out and play pickleball or whatever it is, right? So we get in this mode where every day our love tank is empty. Nobody's putting love into our tank, and we compulsively eat that because that gives us pleasure, only to find out that few moments of mouth pleasure yields a lot of pain. We got to find other pleasures in life. The way I overcome food as a pleasure and compulsion is find my why every day. You know, what are the things that I want my life to be about? What kind of body do I want to have? What kind of energy levels do I want to have? When I'm 70 years old, what things do I still want to be doing? Because I got to pay that price for that today. So I get attached to my why, or you won't be successful. Your why has got to be greater than temptation, or you won't be successful. Then we drink our water, half a gallon to a gallon of water every day. Real simple. And if people that say, I just don't like water, I'm not going to drink my water, then you are not going to lose weight. Drinking water is the easiest daily discipline. And if people are going to push back about drinking water, a measly half a gallon of water throughout an entire day, which really isn't even enough, then they're not going to be successful. You're kidding yourself if you're putting up resistance to drinking water. Because if the doctor told you, hey, you got a disease and the only cure for the disease is you got to drink a half a gallon of water a day, you drink it, no questions asked. But when we start a weight loss program, it blows my mind. Here I go, a little jack attack. It blows my mind. I just don't like water. Well, my friend, your body's made of water. How can you not like water? You're just used to all those flavorful beverages or whatever. Water doesn't have any flavor, but it's hydration. And there's nothing like a cool drink of water after a good workout. You won't want anything else but water. So drink your water, a half a gallon to a gallon. It makes all of the biological processes that we need to go on that burn fat happen very efficient. Then we've got our journal. Oh, here's another one that I could harp on. Very few of our members journal. It breaks my heart. The members that lose weight and keep it off, they're avid journalers, and that's across not just our program, but all programs. It takes less than 3 minutes a day. Biggest excuse there, I don't have time to journal. I can't tell you, I rarely talk to a member who's struggling who has a journal. When they're struggling, I'll go, okay. And they'll say, I'm eating right. And I'm like, what does that entail? Tell me exactly what you're eating. And then they have to think about it. And then they'll throw something out there. Well, the day I had, no, you don't know what you had because you're not journaling. You have to have a daily method of operation. If I bite it, I write it, I hug it, I like it. It takes less than 3 minutes a day to journal. And all you got to do, if you don't have time during the day to journal, take the phone out, take a picture of it, and at the end of the day, do a recap before you go to bed. Because when you look at those pictures, you'll remember what you had. You'll remember how you felt. You'll remember if you had a holiday and you take a picture of it's more important to journal on a holiday than a perfect day. If I take a picture of a donut, I had a donut. So take a picture of the donut, and at the end of the day, you'll remember it wasn't that good. And when you start talking to yourself like that, it cost me 2 days of efficient fat burning over a donut. You know, I had a mental lapse. I had the donut. I felt miserable after I had it. Why did I do that? I'm not doing that anymore. I'll use such and such void replacement. So we got a journal. Then combination. Okay, you're getting back on track. Okay. So here's what I would do after a holiday. I would only do 2 eating episodes. I would do lunch and dinner. Now you can do 3. You can do 3. I'm not saying you can't, but I do 2 after a holiday. If I do 2, sometimes 1. And I'm well satisfied. Realize some people aren't well satisfied on that. That's why we have multiple other eating episodes that our big eaters can have and still lose a little weight. But 2 to 3 eating episodes, and it needs to come from the red or yellow column. Let me know if you know what that means, because a lot of times people haven't been through the classes and they don't know what red, yellow column means. But we want red or yellow column eating episode on a portion control plate, or a -2 or -3 meal replacement. We definitely want to look into doing this. So what would that look like for me? After a holiday, the next day, I have me a cup of coffee or Spark or Happy Juice for breakfast. And then for lunch, I have a Mighty Muffin right here. Boom, a Mighty Muffin. And then for dinner, I have a red column meal that looks like maybe some grilled chicken, 4 ounces of grilled chicken with some yellow squash. Boom, you are right back in efficient fat burning, especially you got a 12 to 16 hour fast after your holiday, and you got 10 to 1,000 steps. In fact, you won't miss a beat if you did all that. That's a great way to make a special comeback right after your holiday. So let's recap that for those of you that are discouraged. Sunday was a holiday or Saturday was a holiday and you want a good day today. We look at our wine, we get ready for the week, we drink our water, we journal, we have 2 to 3 red column or yellow column eating episodes. Let one of them, if you will, be a -2 to -3 meal replacement because that controls your calories even better. Make sure after last night's holiday, the night before's holiday, we get a 12 to 16 hour fast and we step it 10 to 15,000 steps. What will this do? This will evaporate all of that water that's attached to that glucose. And boom, glucose is gone up with your long walk and the water that's attached to it's gone too. It's that simple. If you'll do that, you can do that every day. For those of you that would do this every day, you're going to drop up to a pound a day. If you did this every day in 1 month, you could drop 20 to 30 pounds each month, just like that. If you would do this, it's that simple, y'all. That simple. Let me know if that made sense, Lisa. Karen, I did send out a text. Just verify. I'm not sure why. You know, we use all these other platforms. We don't actually have a text technology ourselves. We use a platform. And I never know. I never know. There's no way for me to check it. Nothing that I can do but just pray and have faith that my texts go out. Did anybody else get a text? www.travis.live. Yeah. Some of y'all got it. Some of you didn't. I never know. I'm so sorry about that. The best thing that we could do, I'm going to have to start pushing this. I pay for all these services so that I can get in front of you because I know life's getting in the way. But if you all could put it on your calendar, that would help too. Putting it on your calendar, knowing that unless I announce otherwise in session, Monday through Friday, we're always going live at 11 a.m. I hate that some of the services we pay for fail y'all. It's just technology these days, I think. I hate that those texts just disappear into thin air, and they do. Tammy asked for everybody's prayers. I'm going through a whole lot of stress, and I need everybody's prayers. Tammy, we'll all be praying for you. Don't forget the prayer feature on the website. That's where all the praying people meet. If you don't know where that's at, let us know, and we'll show you. That's a great place. That always encourages me when I post my prayer requests and I have people praying for me. It just refortifies my faith. So check out that prayer corner. That's a good place for you to post that. Karen says, I'm dealing with medical issues. I'm down about it. I haven't been journaling because of that. And first of all, so sorry that you're going through that, going through anything like that. Great deal of empathy for you. I would say I understand why you're not journaling, but not a but. It's just until we adopt, everybody ready for this one? And this is not meant for somebody going through difficulty like Sweet Karen, okay? This is just a key to success. And y'all all know I'm going to be right when I say it. Y'all know I'm right when I say it. I hope that you won't use this against yourself to be too hard on yourself. Thou art inexcusable. You're inexcusable. I've got a question for you. Bible says you're inexcusable. How many of you in your head, before I ask my main question, how many of you in your head on some level you've blamed your condition, physical condition, on your environment or others to some degree? Example, I have no support. I don't have any support, or my spouse, they don't really support. People don't support my goals. Has anybody ever done that? Tell you what I learned a long time ago. Nobody owe me nothing. Nobody owes me a darn thing. Nobody owes me anything. This is my life. It is not their responsibility to love me enough to sacrifice their life for my life. Only Jesus has already done that. If Sasha doesn't want to support me, I can blame it on her till the cows come home. But it's not her fault. Until you take extreme ownership of your situation, even if other people contributed to it, you will never perform as long as you think others outside of you had power outside of you and caused some of this. You will never, ever be successful with weight loss or wellness or any other endeavor. You have to be of the mindset, I am inexcusable and I own it. Without, and it's a slippery slope, without beating yourself up. I beat myself up, and that cost me a lot of self-esteem. That's not good either. Even when I was doing well, I still talked to myself, I'm a loser. I'm fat. These things don't help. That doesn't help. But I did take extreme ownership. I did take ownership, and I took ownership of the great power that resides in me as well, that of the Holy Spirit. There are no excuses. You tell me what situation prevents a person from doing the following: drinking a half a gallon of water. Who can stop you from doing? This is how you lose weight. Y'all can make it hard if you want to. It's not hard. In fact, I probably need to make it harder so that people will think it's special. This is so simple. Who can stop you from drinking water if you want to in the United States of America? No one, okay? Journal. Some of you pick on your spouse and say, well, he or she won't support me. Are any of them telling you that you cannot have a journal, that you cannot type in your daily consumption, or you can't write it down? Is anyone stopping you from having a journal? Well, I don't have time. You're full of it. You've got time to do it. You spend time throughout the rest of the day doing a bunch of junk. You could do something that's not junk for a few minutes a day if it's going to change your life. Combinations. Who's going to make you eat a potato with a steak? Who's going to hold you down and make you eat that potato with that steak? No one. Nobody can stop. Not a person. Portions. Who's making you graze all day? Who's making you graze and not eating the right 2 to 3 eating episodes a day on a portion control plate, and then show some ladylike and masculine-like discipline? Who's stopping you from doing that? Ain't nobody stopping you from doing that. There's no disease that can stop. There's nothing that can stop you from following the daily disciplines and getting your life back. Oh, right, Charles says the devil made me do it. The devil has no power over us. Ever since Jesus hung on that cross and said, it's finished, victory was won. He said it's finished and he got up on the third day. Victory was won. And anytime the devil's making you do something, that's you wanting to do it, because all you have to do, you've been given charge over the devil, where you can say, get behind me, Satan, in the name of Jesus, get behind me. Can't nothing stop. If you're not losing weight, evil spirits can't stop you, Vicky. If you're a saved person, if you're a born again person, evil spirits can't stop you. The devil can't stop. Judgment, regret, the unholy trinity of judgment, regret, and worry. I could go on about fear. Can't stop you if you're a faithful person in Christ. That's why I get so fired up over my former excuses and excuses of clients today who will go to church on Sunday and sing I'll Fly Away like they're going home to be with Jesus, chest out, head up, and then they get out of the church house and they say, I can't lose weight. You believe somebody's coming through the clouds of the air to rescue you from this earthen body you're in. You're going to meet this man. You're going to meet him in the clouds of glory, and he's going to take you home to be with him forever in eternity. And you talk about it and sing about it like it's real. Then you go, I can't lose weight. We got problems. We got problems. So nothing can stop you. Your thyroid issues can't stop. Hormonal issues can't stop. There's only one thing that can stop you, and that's what's between your ears, or a lack of knowledge. If you have a lack of knowledge, you could be zealous and believe that you can lose weight, but if you don't do the right things, you can't. You got to have knowledge. You got to have faith and zeal, and then nothing can stop you. These excuses are killing my brothers and sisters. No wonder church is losing, not the church people and church buildings, not the church of Christ. But no wonder they're losing their influence and are often a mockery. They can't even push away from a bag of Cheetos. Sorry, didn't mean to go on a rant there. Any other questions? Discipline. Linda says, discipline is hard work. One of my favorite verses says, discipline seems hard in the beginning, but after we utilize discipline, we become a discipline person, we get all these wonderful spiritual fruits from discipline. Look, losing weight, they tell me, is hard. I can't abide by that anymore. That statement, I see it differently, but people say losing weight is hard. Well, so was me being over 300 pounds. You get to choose your hard. In life, you get to choose your hard. Losing weight was a lot easier than staying in that condition that I used to be in. That was hard. I eat what I wanted, when I wanted, as much as I wanted, and I was on many prescription medications, felt terrible about myself, wearing a size 44 pant, no energy. That was hard. Eating 3 delicious meals a day, going for a walk with Jesus when I did, that's easy. That's fun. Any other questions today? Today is our Q&A session where you can ask any question. I'll go over this in a little bit. We will be changing our format some. Talk about that at the end of today. But right now, any other questions? Food combinations, weight loss, wellness, behavior modification, help. Tina, super grateful for the timing of the fall off challenge. I just wrapped up an intentional 3-day holiday after 26 perfect days. Great job. Excited to get back to perfect days. I love that. Awesome. That's living the lifestyle. We're allowed holidays. We work hard so we can play hard. Great job. 26 perfect days is that takes some strength of character for sure. Anybody else? Questions, comment? Those of you that are new, these sessions are best utilized after earning your fast track badge. We talk about some things like food combining that might scare new people off unless they've been through fast track and earned the fast track badge. And then when I start answering some of these questions, it makes the content more understandable to those of you that are new. This is a lifestyle, not a diet. So we teach a lifestyle principles that work for everyone, but we need you to earn that fast track badge. That just signifies that you understand the underlying philosophies of the program. Got a private question. I'm doing a divine wow challenge, but cannot eat cucumber. Is there an alternative? You can just leave the cucumbers off. Yeah, you can't add to a wow challenge. If you're going to do it on the honor system, you can't add to a wow challenge, and you can't edit, but you can take away unless otherwise stated in the special instructions. So you could eliminate the cucumbers. Not sure what else is on there without looking. I don't think it's just a cucumbers all day thing. So without looking, I'm not sure, but you can avoid the cucumber. Another private question, late night snacking. Did you ever have that problem? How do you just make yourself go to bed? It's a compulsive behavior. There's never a reason that we need to consume anything before bed. We desire to do that because we've habitually been doing that. That's usually when people, the mind is a little idle. Your circadian rhythm is changing because it's getting time for rest and recovery. And when the mind goes idle after a long day of work or whatnot, you want something to knick-knack on. Most people want something to knick-knack on at night. That you're not hungry, it's just a compulsion. And that's when we pull out our wine. So the same way that you're compulsively doing that every single day and wanting a late night snack, first of all, you could save your rations for the day and still have a perfect day. You could save your rations for the day and still have a perfect day by having some of those freebies, cucumbers or sugar-free Jell-O or something like that. We don't like that we're doing that because you're still playing into your habit. You're still creating the compulsive behavior to eat late at night, but you could have those things as a freebie and they're not going to hurt your weight results. If you just needed to graze on something at night, popcorn okra is a good one, any freebie, but we want to stop that. So what I would do is I would get out my monthly streak calendar. Let me show you that. Bear with me, please. I know most of the stuff I say people aren't going to use. I know that. Listen to how cynical I am. I know. It's not that I guess people don't use the stuff I say. I can see on the website what's used, what's not used. And what I'm about to share takes work. And people don't like to do work. We need a jack attack. That's what we need, a jack. So I'm gonna look here with you, and I'm gonna go to resources, and we change bad habits by replacing them with good habits. I'm going into worksheet, and I'm going to monthly streak calendar. See this monthly streak calendar? So what I'm trying to do, I know it's not why am I snacking? That would be the wrong question. I know why I'm snacking. I've done it. See these days of the month, days 1 through 31. I know that I've done it over and over and over and over and over and over again until it's just a habit. It's just a bad habit. That's all it is. Why can't I just go to bed? Because you have bad habits. I had bad habits, and they rear their head for me sometime. If I have 4 or 5 nights in a row where I have some approved popcorn or something, before I know it, I'm back in that wanting to snack, do late night snacking, which never bodes well, even if you're eating approved stuff. So the first thing that I do when I'm trying to get rid of an old habit and replace it with a good new habit is I'll write down what new habit am I trying to install versus which habit am I trying to get rid of. So in this case, late night grazing. And you hang that on the fridge or wherever, or you keep it on your phone, and you write here some rules for yourself. So each night that I don't graze, I will mark that day I am trying to achieve 31 night of no graze before allowing myself a hollow meal. I will pay special attention to how much better I sleep and feel the next morning without all of that food in my digestion system overnight. So something like that. And then every night I don't graze, I mark it. And what you'll find is you start getting leverage on yourself. You feel better. You notice the scales are coming down the next morning with much more ease, much more speed. And then on the 13th, I messed up. So I'm starting my streak over. I'm going to get 31 days in a row. I get 6 holidays a month when I'm in weight loss mode. But I'm just going to, I messed up on the 21st and 22nd. So what happens is over time, you work really hard on completing this, running this out, and you see more and more blue check marks. Before you know it, you're not grazing anymore. You don't want to graze anymore. It's just a bad habit, y'all. Does that resonate with anybody? Does what I said, and like Vicky said, brush your teeth. Okay, well, why not do that? When I get hungry, brush my teeth. Also use sugar-free gum. So how many nights did I brush my teeth and use sugar-free gum when I started having the grazing? Look, y'all, your brain is like a CPU. It's a powerful processor. And when you've run the same message over and over and over, I'm hungry at night, I'm hungry at night, I'm hungry at night, you just develop a bad habit. We're all in the same boat. So those of you still in that late night grazing boat, listen to those of us that have overcome it and listen to how we've overcome it. And all you have to do is pay the same price we did. And actually, my little worksheets that I use, they're fun. They make my life feel like it has meaning. I've got goals. I feel like a goal setter. I feel like an achiever. So if you've got all these bad habits and you don't want to do any of these exercises that modify behavior, you're probably just going to have to get used to the bad behavior. Great question. Can you explain a wow challenge? Sure. So when I go to the website, I think Tammy's already started doing that, tag team here. So I go to challenges. In resources, I go to a wow challenge. Wow challenges are 1-day meal plans that are silly. Yes, I said silly. I've made them quirky so that you're mindful. Because if I made a wow challenge that said, have an egg white omelet for breakfast, have chicken breast and green beans for lunch, have to die for roast for dinner. That's nothing out of the ordinary. So I created quirky, ridiculous challenges that would require self-discipline to get through a day because we're trying to be a behavior modification program. They're quirky, they're weird, but if you do them, they work. And you have to do them exactly as written. So you get a chance to come in here and find one that meets your fancy. So I'm looking at the titles. Let's see. Let me find one. Oh, I see some cookies. Let's don't do cookies. Ooh, I see a no-bake bar. Let me see what this is. A no-bake bar. Grab the gold bar, number one. Have one grab the gold bar with or without 8 ounces of Kroger Carb Master milk. Coffee is acceptable. Health-wise, hot chocolate is allowed. I got to skip lunch. Oh, he's making it tough on me. I'm going to have to sit around and watch all my other coworkers eat while I can't have anything because we're exercising self-discipline. And for dinner, consume any category 1 lean protein with a category 2 fibrous carb. Example would be grilled chicken and green beans. Make sure you portion control. Do not allow this meal to exceed 300 calories. Whoa, this is hardly any calories today. I'm going to get this great tasting no-bake bar. Then I got to wait to dinner and it's small. Wow. I can do anything for one day though. I can do anything for a day. So let me accept the challenge. I'm going to accept it for tomorrow. Accept. Now, if I don't go in my journal and mark that I completed it, I will get a Diet Devil badge, or Sugar Britches badge or whatever. Yeah, Diet Devil badge. So I'll get a Diet Devil badge. And then the only way to get rid of the Diet Devil, because you declared you were going to do it and you lack discipline to even stick to a program for one day. So you get the Diet Devil badge, and then you can get rid of that Diet Devil badge by eventually successfully completing any other WOW challenge. So if you were to get the Diet Devil badge, it's no big deal. You said you were going to have a perfect day. So you should do what you set out to do because it was just one day. And if you on the honor system have to tap out because you didn't do what you're supposed to do, or you didn't journal, it'll tap you out itself. Or you say you mark that you successfully did. Let me show you how to do that. Probably should have done it that way. Let me accept it for today. So now I would go in my journal and I go to challenges and exercise, and it says grab the gold bar. It's uncompleted. So let's say that I did something I wasn't supposed to do. I would tap out and I would get the Diet Devil badge until I successfully complete one of these. I'm looking for those people that go, I can't stand to give my word that I'm going to do something and not do it. You know, we've got to be that kind of person in order to lose weight and keep it off. Or tomorrow I can mark complete. And if I mark complete, I'm going to get my badge. It's going to give me a beautiful badge and tell me I've completed 18 of them or whatever. The more WOW challenges that you complete, the more disciplined person you will become. Does that answer the question? Melissa, when doing a long run, 9 miles or more, is there nutrition that can be taken without having a holiday? Gummies and gels, please don't. If your goal is to lose weight, you don't want to be doing a 9-miler and consuming sugar. In fact, that may give you energy mid-run or mid-walk, but it's doing nothing for increasing your endurance down the line. If you really feel that you need something, see, the best energy source for a long run like that is fat. Does anybody, Melissa, you asked a good question, so I'm going to unpack this with y'all. How many calories are stored in 1 pound of fat? 3,500 calories. So a gel pack or a snackaroo is not going to have 3,500 calories in it, is it? So we're doing it for energy and for blood glucose to rise. It can't compete with fat. The problem is we don't have fat adapted metabolism because we haven't spent enough time in efficient fat burning. We're a glucose dependent metabolism. Therefore, about mile 1.5, mile 2, your body's depleted its glucose levels and it's screaming for more glucose. That's why your energy levels lag. Has anybody ever went for a long run and you thought you were going to die, but all of a sudden you get your second wind? Have y'all ever heard that term, second? And it's like you can go all day. Has anybody run into that? That's because you persisted and your body didn't have any glucose and was crying out for glucose. You abstained and your body shifted and started burning all those calories in excess fat. There's a reason why marathon, it's the Kenyans and the Ethiopians and all of those guys, it's them that wins all of the endurance training things, not American, because they're not sucking on gel pack. They're eating real food, whole food, and their bodies have become, that's why they have not an ounce of fat on their body. their bodies have become amazing fat burning machines, so that when they're in an endurance session, their body is using the 3,500 calories that's stored in a pound of fat. But with that said, I still want to answer your question. The only thing that I can think of is that I would feel won't take you too far out of fat burning is an AdvoCare Rehydrate Gel Pack. Tammy, if you could get her that link, please. An AdvoCare Rehydrate Gel Pack. They have the Rehydrate drink, which makes it difficult in mid-cycle, mid-session to drink. You could do the drink before, be preemptive, or the gel pack during your run. They have a Rehydrate Gel Pack. It's going to be a lot less sugar, and it's sequential carbohydrates, but it does give you a load of energy. I would also recommend watching the feel-free videos from a safety standpoint. You may not should have feel-free, so you need to check with your physician and you need to check with those safety videos. But if otherwise you're qualified to utilize feel-free, a half a shot of that before I do endurance activity. This morning I went to jiu-jitsu, and the guys, they are amazed at my age and my ability to spar round after round with no rest, and it's because of feel-free. My endurance, I would suggest that it's 3 times greater than it was. So there's some caveats for. I hope that helped. Tabitha, I would like to know, you've done many WOW challenges, you and Pinky. Pinky's like she's the grand winner. She's done hundreds of WOW challenges. And you're probably number 2, you and Patricia Hurt, Tabitha. Could you tell me, most of those days, did you experience weight loss more days than not after doing a WOW challenge? Inquiring minds would like to know. Sheila, I'm not sure what pre-steps are included. You're having a hard time. The comment is, I'm having a hard time getting in with all the pre-steps. I'm not sure what the steps are and what has changed from my admin side. I don't see any changes. I'll try to investigate. It should be real simple. We are really experiencing the technology. Y'all are not trying to cancel me, but technology is. They do not like our mess. As I said, when we come on here before long, it probably has nothing to do with what you said, just another good opportunity for me to tell you, y'all may have to just start putting us on your calendar. We're really suspect that it's going to be, except for God intervene, a really bad day for Shibboleth, because we keep getting pushed out of the platforms that we've always used to communicate. They don't like our message. It's a real thing. I know y'all hear about all these companies and people being canceled, but it's really happening. It's really happening. Take it from yours truly. They're making it extremely hard for us to connect with you guys. Out of many, many times, Tabitha said there's only been like 5 times that she's done a WOW where she didn't lose weight. That's awesome to know. Tabitha lost over 10 pounds last week, getting vacation holiday weight off, doing WOW challenges and perfect days. Good job. They can't stop us from connecting, y'all, unless you just refuse to leave Facebook. We've got our own video. We got everything we need without Zoom. We've got everything we need as backup plans if we were to get cut out of all this. The problem is people want Zoom and they want Facebook. And y'all may have to either decide not to do Shibboleth one day in the future, or utilize different platforms that we have as backup plans. And the only way I can communicate that to you right now would be that text service. That's Travis, www.travis.live. That's where I will keep you up to speed on if we have to move platforms. We have backup plans, but people, it's like that late night eating, right? We're all compulsively on Facebook and Zoom, and we don't like to change. I don't blame you, but we may have to change in order to keep connect. And Tammy, there is also AdvoCare Rehydrate. They have a drink, and they also have some gel packs if you look under their sports performance category. I don't think you've ever heard me talk about it before, but it's under the sports performance. It's called Rehydrate. It's a gel pack, and that's probably going to be better for her because she's running. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't see it. Anybody else? Marjorie, on Facebook, I used to ride my bicycle that way until I was exhausted. And then suddenly it felt like I was fine. Yeah, that's shifting over into that fat burning gear 3,500 calories stored in 1 pound of fat. No food can compete with that. And you're not putting on weight. You're just using that. None of us are fat, you know. We're just carrying around some extra energy. That's all. Truthfully, we're not fat. Quit telling yourself you're fat. You're just carrying around some extra energy, and now's the time to use it. Time to use it. Private questions. I'm allergic to most fruit. Do you have a resource list for the veggie equivalent? You don't have to eat fruit on our program. There's a huge, robust list in the food library. Let me know in this private chat. Do you know how to use the food library? Like the way the questions asked, I'm allergic to fruit. What are the veggie equivalent? Are you asking what can I replace an apple with? So you don't have to have fruit. You don't have to have fruit. So then I would go to the food library and what veggies do you like? Because we don't want you eating anything that you don't like. That's what I love about Shibboleth. There's nothing that's mandatory that I have to eat specific food. Nothing. I need to simplify my approach, and I need to write down the foods that I love and am not allergic to. And then if I don't know how to combine those foods, I need to get with a mentor and ask that mentor to help me, free mentoring, help me come up with a meal idea list of foods that I love that will help me knock off the weight. So let us do that for you. But yeah, there's a huge list of foods in the food library, but you may not have been able to get in there and look. Let me go look at your divine. No, you won't do zucchini instead, not on a wow challenge. Now, zucchini is fine on a regular perfect day. Let's go look at your wow challenge so that I can explain the wow challenge again. You cannot add to or edit. So like I could write you one up, but it would be 3 or 4 days before they would get it on the website. Like if you want me to write you one up with zucchini, I can do that. Let me see, try to find the one that you're referring to. Is this it? Oats and beef, oatmeal, cucumbers, beef and broccoli? Okay, that's it. So on this wow challenge, because I haven't, see, the whole purpose of a wow challenge is you're doing it exactly as it's listed, exactly as it's listed. I tell you what I'll do if Tammy or Joni's listening, I'll do this just for you, all right? So this is a 1/4 cup of dry steel-cut oats, with or without 2 tablespoons of hemp hearts or hemp flake, up to 1 cup of cucumbers marinated in Bragg's ACV. So what you would have done there, since you can't eat cucumbers, you would have just fasted. That's what you would do. You would just fast. And then for dinner, you can have a beef fajita bowl. But what I'm going to do, since it's no big deal, Tammy, could you or someone go into the lunch for this particular oatmeal number 5, divine number 5? Could you go in there and put or for her? Because I want everybody to get, if it's not listed, it doesn't count. And I can't do this for all of them, y'all. Y'all, I'm just feeling good today, okay? So we're going to put here, or you could have zucchini, sauteed zucchini, or sauteed squash, or sauteed cabbage. Could you put that in there, Tammy, for that one? Does that make sense? She's just needing something other than cucumber. And then that way, it'd be easy for me to tell her yes without writing it down. Yeah, you just do that. But see, then my whole wow challenge philosophy gets broke down in front of 80 people. And then people will start modifying. The whole purpose of a wow challenge is not the delicious food, it's to employ and exercise discipline and to tell myself no. Oh, normally not sauteed in ACV, you would put up to 1 cup of cucumbers marinated in Bragg's apple cider vinegar, or you could have zucchini, yellow squash, or cabbage sauteed in MCT oil or no MCT oil. Doesn't matter to me. They could eat it straight raw if they wanted to. But what I do sometimes for a freebie is I will stew me some yellow squash, or I will have a little bit of squash in some MCT oil, or I'll boil me some cabbage. She's looking for something to replace the cucumbers. That's a free. The apple cider vinegar was not necessary for that. And then Katie, I exposed who you were. Once she gets that in the wow challenge, as long as you follow that wow challenge, you'll be okay. Or you can eliminate. You don't have to have something on the wow challenge. You just can't add to or edit. And any day, and I make these quirky and silly and fun because there's no doubt that about lunchtime, if all you're getting is cucumbers, see what happened the night before you declare the wow challenge. You're like, I can do it. And then the next day is a whole different deal. You thought you could do it, and now you're having to watch everybody eat at the El No Pal that your fellow employees peer group, and you're having to eat some raw cucumbers. See, it's all intentional and on purpose, so that we have to see that we can abstain, that we can overcome FOMO, that we can get through a day of light rations, that we become a disciplined person, because we're all living in a culture that doesn't require discipline of us anymore. That wow challenge was called oatmeal. No, it's called, I searched Divine, that Divine. It's oatmeal, number 5, oats and beef. Yeah, okay, she's gonna put it in there for you anyway, though. So if you want to do it, you can now, assuming zucchini's okay. And if you've got food allergies, she also mentioned that she has so many food allergies, a lot of the wows she can't do. Again, if you'll get a mentor appointment and you'll let them know what food that you can have, then Joni or Tammy can let me know, and I can write you up some wow challenges that you can do without having to worry about eliminating foods. But I need to know what you like, because if I just go try to create some new wow challenges, I'd probably pick out some stuff that you couldn't have or didn't like. So if you get a mentor appointment, 15, 20 minutes, and just tell them the foods you like and are not allergic to, and ask them to ask me to put you together some wow challenges. A lot of these challenges, you'll see that they have people's name on, where I did it specifically according to what they could have. And I don't mind doing that if you can bear with me and give me the time to do it. I'll call it, I'll have your name on it. It'll be your challenge. Anybody else? There is a new 24-day challenge coming that will start November the 1st. It'll go 24 days. It's called It's a Wonderful Life, O-N-E, instead of W-O-N. It's going to use that movie theme, It's a Wonderful Life. We'll be doing that November 1st through 24th and December 1st through 20th. Orientation will be probably tomorrow night if I get through with everything. If not tomorrow night, will be Wednesday night. And for those that were at church, then we'll do it again Thursday. But I'm targeting tomorrow night for the orientation. Thank you. Anybody else? Thank you, Desiree. Lisa, it doesn't include Thanksgiving Day as a day that you have to adhere. Remember, we do have holidays. You're going to earn the right to have Thanksgiving. What was Tammy's favorite wow? Tammy, do you have a favorite wow? Or I think you meant Tiffany, didn't you? Instead of Tammy. I mean, Tabitha. I'm sorry. I get the names mixed up. There's so many names in here. Tabitha, your favorite wow challenge? Is she still here? She may have to go. Tabitha, thank you, Tabitha. Tabitha list, I love Donna's orange you special one. 3 oranges in one day. It's called I love Donna's orange. It's called Donna's orange you special. My favorite wow challenge is it's not a wow challenge. Bone broth. I don't know that I have a favorite. I put most of them together, so depends on what I'm craving. Anything that has ice cream on it. Any wow challenge with ice. It's kind of like the cook that cooks, They don't really have their own favorite dish. They have their favorite dish they like to cook, but not necessarily that they like to eat. I don't necessarily like my own cooking when it comes to anybody else. Questions, comments before we go? All right, y'all. I hope you got something out of today's class. I hope you'll work hard this week. We will be changing up our format this week. Be mindful of this. Some of you won't want to come until 11:30. We are seeing more new people, brand spanking new in our sessions. So what we're going to do from 11 to 11:30, we're going to start having a topic that some of our more experienced members you've heard it so much you won't want to hear it again. So we'll have some topics. We'll be doing like virtual grocery tour, product tour, stuff like that from 11 to 11:30. But it'll be stuff that some of our experienced members already know about. Then at 11:30, we'll abruptly go into Q&A. No matter how far we get it in the material, we'll start doing Q&A like we've been doing, where I can answer questions and personalize for people. So 11 to 11:30 will be every week. We'll be doing grocery tour, product tour, weekly timing chart and explanations of that, bulletproof shield, stuff that will help our newer folks more. And then at 11:30, we'll go into Q&A, and then we can handle, of course, any question that our experienced members have, so that we can keep you moving forward. So taking that 1 hour and turn it into 2 classes instead of one long Q&A. Okay, y'all, it's good to see you today. Make the most out of this week. Remember, it's the end of the year. I've been harping about that since March. You had all year. Now it's crash course time. And y'all are going to love the It's a Wonderful Life challenge, because we're going to get plenty of time to enjoy Thanksgiving and Christmas dishes, plenty of time built in, but we're going to work hard so we can play hard, and we're going to have an attitude of gratitude. It's a wonderful life. We'll do that November, December, and hopefully people can lose even more weight while still enjoying the holiday season. That's right, Karen. Journal. All right, y'all. Bye. Everybody have a good day today. God bless you.